Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day and welcome to this very unusual live. And this is why we want to put this on, guys. A lot of people get contacted and they're promised these weird and wonderful returns. Okay, being scammed by 3 platforms, exactly. This is what we want to stop happening, guys. I've seen people in this group join these programs, all right? I want that to stop, okay? And you're going to see why when Paul comes on, how he can help and how you can learn cryptocurrencies the right way, okay? So I'm going to bring my special guest on. Let me just change over my screen. This guy's name is Paul. Paul, how are you, mate? They can see you.
Right.
Just let me know, guys, you can see Paul and you can hear him.
Can you hear me?
Just let me know in the comments. There's about a 20-second delay with this. There's about a 20-second delay. Anyway, this is Paul, guys. I know Paul for 6-7 years when I first heard of you anyway. And when it comes to cryptocurrencies, this is the go-to guy. Okay, we're about to show you today is the first thing I ever done. When it comes to cryptos, this is what got me into it. I now have 6 figures of cryptocurrencies in my portfolio because of what I've learned. Okay, so Paul, tell the guys a bit about yourself and how you fell in love with cryptocurrencies.
All right, cheers, mate. So yeah, my name's Paul D'Souza. I currently live in Johannesburg in South Africa. Although I've lived in a couple of places around the world, and one of those places was the Philippines. And while I was living there, it's when I came across crypto and started taking it quite seriously about 6-7 years ago. And it was out of necessity. I've told the story a number of times, but PayPal had shut my account down. I used to do traffic. I used to sell a lot of traffic. And if PayPal doesn't understand your business model, they will freeze your account. And that's exactly what they did to me. And they froze my account with a lot of money in it. And I was kind of stuck. Now, a friend of mine had been trying to tell me about Bitcoin, and I really was not interested. I didn't want to know what this Bitcoin thing was, and until I needed it. And I went back to him and I said to him, listen, I'm a bit stuck here, but can I use this Bitcoin thing to send and receive money? And he gave me a crash course on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And when he was done, what I saw was it wasn't just a means to make money. I saw something that was going to completely and utterly change the world. And it was at that point that I knew exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I had gone around looking around online, trying to find more information. And a lot of the information was like very disparate. It was all over the place. There wasn't any type of place that could teach a person from A to Z about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So at that point, I decided I was going to do something about that because the one thing that is missing from the space is education. And then my partner and I started talking about putting something together. And that's how we got started in our company. And that's what we focus on. We focus on the 2 different facets of education in cryptocurrencies. The one side, we teach people about the basics, like what Bitcoin is, how it came to be, why it came to be. And on the flip side, we teach people various ways to make money from cryptocurrencies. And one of the big ones is through trading. We teach people a method of trading that, if followed to the T, works. It just works. And we fine-tuned that over the last 4 years. We've been around for nearly 4 years now. And we fine-tuned that to the point where anyone who follows the system to the T, there's no reason why they cannot become a successful day trader. Yeah. Anything else you want me to mention, mate? Wayne?
No, that's awesome, mate. And that's exactly it. And guys, as we go through this, the idea is for you guys to learn on this live, okay? Because what I hate seeing, Paul, and I hate this, is seeing people get drawn into these programs. Give me a Bitcoin, and you're going to get 2 Bitcoin back in 7 days. They're clearly scams. They're clearly Ponzi's. But because people maybe don't understand basic business and these cryptos, the whole idea of putting this in our income stream multiplier is to stop people do that and do cryptocurrencies the right way. And you've been doing this full time for a long while now, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So the one thing through my investigations, I found that there were a lot of companies that they promised a certain return. Now, folks, I don't care who you are. There's absolutely no one on this planet that can guarantee you a certain amount of income through cryptocurrencies or otherwise. And some of it just doesn't make sense. Now, there's a lot of companies where they say to you, give us your Bitcoin and we will trade for you. Straight away, that's a huge red flag, and this is why. Why does a company need to collect other people's money to trade for them? Because if you're such a hotshot trader, you can borrow $5,000 from your mum and then turn that into a couple of million. Okay, there's no reason why they need to take your Bitcoin and trade with it. There's no reason whatsoever. So anyone that says that, I immediately red flags go up. The only exception to that are funds or indices where they're basically hedging from one investment to another. Now, those are hedge funds, and normally those are set up by financial service providers or whatever the case is. But some Mickey Mouse company that says that they will guarantee you a 30% return on your Bitcoin, straight away it's a Ponzi. And I've seen a lot of these come and go. And we do cover that a lot. We do cover a lot of that in our courses, like how to watch out for these type of scams. What are the things that you need to be aware of? And the one thing I'll tell you right now today is that if you are not in control of your money, if you're not in control of your trades, all right, you're in for a world of hurt. And most recently, we heard of a company that a lot of people were saying, well, I don't want to learn how to trade, but there's this company, and they were called MTI. There's this company that they will trade for me. And I warned people against them. I said, look, this does not sound like it's a good idea because of all the reasons I've mentioned. And a week ago, I learned that the CEO of that company made off with 17,000 Bitcoins. That's $680 million of investors' money. And a lot of those people that said, well, I don't want to learn how to trade, I'll just give this company my money, they've gone very silent because now a lot of them are hurting. It's hurt people because that was a multinational company, like all around the world. And a couple of South Africans lost millions, people that I know personally. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, do watch out for those scams, folks. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
It is. And I can see some comments. Guys, ask the questions and keep the comments coming. So I'll ask Paul. Paul can't see them. But there's a new US tech Ponzi schematic called Yo. A lot of these do pay out in the beginning, guys, because they'll think, well, it's working, and then you share it, more people come in. Yeah, you share it, more people come in. Then all of a sudden, the money runs out, or the money runs off. It's normally one of them two, because they're a Ponzi. Okay, so that's how they work. So Paul, just to explain to the people that are new to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, can you explain in simple terms what they are? Because it's quite hard for me to explain to someone.
Right, no problem. In order to fully understand cryptocurrencies, all right, you need to understand that over the past few thousand years, the money has changed different forms. Initially, way back when the Mesopotamian tribes 6,000 years ago used to trade with each other, they used to use things like weapons or shiny shells or salt as forms of money. And then it went over to precious metals, bronze, and then gold. And then gold was used for a very long time until it got to a point where people decided, hold on, gold is too cumbersome to carry around. And early day bankers said, well, give us your gold. And what we will do is we will give you like an IOU. And that IOU could have been anything. It could have been like an animal skin with a king's stamp on it or whatever the case is. And that was used instead of the gold because they knew that they could always go and fetch their gold. So that eventually became from animal skins and so on to smaller pieces of paper to the point where we got the currency that we keep in our wallets today. Although along the way, a lot of that, there were a lot of problems. People used to take the gold coins and chip a little bit off it. And when they had, like every time that they got a new gold coin, they would just take a knife and just cut a little bit of gold off there until they had enough to create a new gold coin. That was early day counterfeiting. And so many other problems came around. Also the fact that the guys that were controlling the gold were giving out more IOUs and demanding interest than what they actually were holding onto the gold. And there was supposed to be an equal amount of gold and an equal amount of paper money because the one is an IOU for the other. And the next evolution is now where people have gone, okay, this has worked well for a while, but it could be better, and how do we combat all the problems that we face with today's modern money? And it just led us to the point where the next form of money would become a digital form of money, and that is how cryptocurrencies were born. It was out of a necessity to solve a massive worldwide problem, which was the problems that we face today with our money. One of the biggest problems actually came in the early 70s, where they severed that tie between gold and money, allowing banks to create as much money as they wanted to. Them doing that created more debt, okay, because they would then pass on that extra money to people in the streets and so on in the form of loans, and those people would need to then pay back those loans. It got to the point where we are now living in a debt bubble. This debt bubble is so huge, it is trillions and trillions of dollars in debt that is owed. So we got X amount of real money, yet X amount of debt, which is way bigger than the real money. And that is the reality of the type of world that we live in today. So cryptocurrencies, and especially specifically Bitcoin, was designed to combat those problems with money. That was the one thing. And then the evolution after that, which soon followed, was this whole idea of, hold on, can we do something else with it? And so they've been managing to take cryptocurrencies and solve real world problems and completely change how we see finance. And we're in this phase at the moment where things are moving really, really quickly and changing, just because people have now realized that a digital form of money that can be accounted for at any point cannot be counterfeited, cannot be stolen. Like these cryptocurrencies are solid, and the fundamentals behind cryptocurrencies is mathematics, and people can't trust any other form of money or anything else other than something that is completely logical, and that is mathematics, which is the driving force behind cryptocurrencies. So I kind of hope that answers what cryptocurrencies are and why they exist.
It does. The thing that amazes me is it's not so much the cryptocurrencies themselves, it's the technology behind it and the way the technology works. The important thing is, guys, that we want to get across, that I want to get across, cryptocurrencies are not a scam, right? A lot of programs that come along are a scam. Cryptocurrencies are the future, and that's what you got to think. So you've got to think, how do I get, if you're not on the cryptocurrency kind of knowledge train yet, how do you get into it? And that is the whole point. Stay to the end. I'll show you the best source for cryptocurrency education. Okay, it's that simple. So we've talked about the future. Now let's talk about the thing that I think most people want to hear, which is the different ways to make money from Bitcoin, the proper ways to make money from Bitcoin. But Paul's put together this software, okay? Paul's put together the software that kind of gives you them technical, what do you call them, Paul? Technical indicators.
Well,
was it technical indicators?
It monitors the technical indicators and spits out probabilities.
Cool.
When you take those, coupled together with the training, because we teach you how to read the graphs, how to do everything, and you couple those together, then we actually feed you potential trades. That's what it does. It gives you the potential trades, and it's up to you to actually then pull the trigger, because we are not licensed to trade on behalf of other people. And I promise you, if we said that we were, after what I taught you in the beginning, you'd run in the opposite direction. Do not ever trust anybody to trade for you. So we teach you how to create that skill to make money on demand. I know that sounds like really airy-fairy, but that's the reality, folks, is when you master this, you're actually mastering a skill that you can take anywhere in the world with you and make money on demand. So some of the people that trade with us or trade using our system, they make a full-time living making money on demand. Some of them go, oh, okay, I need some petrol money. They do a few trades, they cash it out, and off they go.
Awesome. So you've got everything with this tool that show you it does all the technical analysis for you. You go in and decide whether you want to take the trade based on their training. So guys, everything we've covered is kind of an overview, pretty in depth. We covered a lot more than I thought we would. But who would love to get not just the tools, but all the training behind it as well? Everything we've covered here, how to use all the tools, how to go for that 1% plus per day. Give me a big fat yes down below, and I'll tell you exactly where to go to get all of the training you need. Okay, this is all the training you need to make cryptocurrencies work in your favour. Never worry about getting bloody scammed with cryptocurrencies again, and get access to these all-important tools. Okay, put a yes down below, and I'll show you exactly how to get it. Let's see how many yeses we get. But Paul, that was brilliant. The tools you've given us there, that tool is amazing. But there's more to it than just that, and we'll go through that in other videos. Anything else you want to say, Paul, before we call it a day?
No, I just want to say thanks so much. My voice is done. I can't speak anymore.
Yeah.
For joining us, guys. It's been a real pleasure. Add me as a friend on Facebook. I'm happy to answer any questions. Just anything that you throw my way, I'm happy to answer if you're a member of Icon Pro. And look forward to working with you guys. Look forward to answering your questions. Look forward to getting to know you. Maybe at one of our Vegas conventions, you guys come along, tell us your story, how you took your $500 and turned it into $50,000. I want to hear that. Wayne, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Cheers, Paul. It's always nice when you share your knowledge, mate, because I know how passionate about it. Guys, click the link. Okay, guys, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you in the next live. Take care, everybody. Yeah, bye-bye.